Oconee County Rescue Squad Advisory Commission, February 12th, 2026, meeting, 6 p.m., call to order. If you would, stand with me and face the flag. We'll do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. All right, next up on the agenda, we need to elect another secretary. Commissioner Scheer has to step in with scheduling. Do I hear any nominations for that? They don't have to serve on this commission. It just would have been nice if they had a heads up prior. Any recommendations? Sure. Okay, I will nominate Steve Zahn.
Second.
Any more discussion? Hearing none, let's vote. All in favor, aye. Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, 6-0. Alright, sorry about that. In attendance, you have the viewing attendance in front of you, and you also have Commissioner Sobalski by phone. So we'll move on to approval of the minutes. We'll do them in two parts. The first part, January 29th, 2026. Should be on your second sheet. Do I hear a motion to approve those?
Make a motion to approve the commission minutes dated the 29th of January.
Do I hear a motion? Do I hear a second?
Second.
I got a comment from Mr. Jackman.
Top of the second page, first line, rescue 4 should be rescue 6.
Where at?
Are we looking at the same one?
On the 29th, right?
Talking about regions,
Yeah, since, from the first page, commission member comments on B, but it's on the second page, first line. Maybe you guys have got different pages. So region 2 of my comments, it says rescue 4, it should say rescue 6.
Oh, I
Under
see.
Region 2, I see.
I see it now, yep. Okay. So change rescue 4 to rescue 6.
Yep.
Okay, do I hear a motion to approve that with Mr. Jackman's corrections?
Motion.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor, aye? Aye. All right. The next set of minutes is February 5th, 2026 for our special meeting. I believe that is on page 3, your last sheet. Do I hear a motion to approve those?
I make a motion.
Motion, do I hear a second?
Second.
Second. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Okay, we'll move on to public comment. Is there anybody that would like to make a comment? Hearing none, seeing none, we'll move on. I don't see any commissioner member comments submitted. We'll move on to committee reports. Radio committee.
We have our meeting that we had regularly scheduled tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. And it's just essentially to discuss next steps and what we plan on doing with going forward this year.
Location for that.
That'll be at the EOC.
Steve, you got anything to add?
No.
on that call.
Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll move on to incentive committee.
We have not met yet, although I understand understand that the fire commission wanted to meet with us, wondering how to facilitate all of that. Is that just a phone call, or is that something that staff helps us put together, or?
We can, I can reach out, or you wanna reach out, commission chair to commission chair, and we'll share a phone tree, probably be the best.
Is Smith the chair for that? Or is it Crine, or
For
the
the
incentive
incentive
committee?
committee,
Yes.
we'll work on that.
Okay.
Getting the name. Crine had been on it in the past, I had been on it in the past, and Smith was there also, so it,
Okay.
you know what I mean?
Any more discussion? Hearing none, moving on to SOG committee. We haven't met as well. We kinda need to send out an invite and get everybody back on the same page.
I'll get the last revision out,
Okay.
what we had. Just, if you can, shoot me the names, who wants it, or I'll just send it out to all the chiefs.
Just, yeah, I'll. Hearing none more, we'll move on to training committee.
We haven't met yet either.
Any more discussion?
Can we go back to the radio one real quick?
Sure.
I feel it would be wise to get our radio committee members and the fire commission's radio committee members and sit down and kind of think of what we would like to see collectively. Having two separate commissions, or, subcommittees for that, I think it's just, we're working against each other. So, after this radio committee meeting tomorrow, as a collective, we sit down as both commissions, members, and discuss what our next steps should be. That way we're not working against each other. I know the fire commission was talking about wanting to hire a person on the fire side to do communications. But thinking about the future and what that would look like as far as, is it a position or is it a project instead? So I think we just need to be on the same page as each other, if that makes any sense.
Does that require a motion on our part?
Why not? I'll make a motion to, have the Fire and Rescue Commission's radio subcommittees have a meeting at some point to discuss next steps for radio communications in Oconee.
I second that.
Can I make a suggestion to that?
Mhm.
You put a deadline on it? Within a month?
Let's do it within the first quarter.
Okay.
So before March 31st.
Okay. Are you good with seconding that with the correction?
Yes, I second that.
Okay, any more discussion? Hearing none, let's vote on it. All in favor, aye. Hearing none, opposed?
There's no point in working in a silo, it's all common system.
All right, was there any more discussion for the training committee? Hearing none, we'll move on to,
We can, as soon as anybody who's, who you wanna choose the head lead on that, we'll get it together and I'll get it out for everybody for a start date to do it.
Start with the training committee.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
all right, moving on to Mike Carroll's report.
Hey, evening, everybody. The run report is pretty sparse. I'm still going through the 800 and some odd calls from January. But as you can see, everybody was, pretty much norm for active for the month. Except for diving special, there was no calls during January for those that dispatch had. Anybody have any questions?
Will we have that data next meeting for January and February?
For
Like, will we
response
have,
rates?
yeah,
Yes.
like the,
Yes.
okay.
Hopefully, knock on wood, as long as we are not meeting in 5 days again. anybody had any more questions on that? The Red NMX software, I think we've kicked out some of the problems we still have. I gotta go back through, and even though used to multiple units are showing up twice, I gotta go back and look and see where the CAD, if it's, how it's sending it back through the CAD is typed in and coming back. We had gone through in the old system and got rid of those duplicates and made them an alias of what it should be, and it only should be put in that unit once. So, we gotta meet with them hopefully next week. They've been tied up with tons of nearest issues, our support person. So, I think that one's not that as bad as I'm hearing from other people, but I mean, that's just a click and delete the unit. It's on there twice. So, anybody have any questions on that? And the AVL stuff, I'm still getting answers.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah, well, I hope to have that information. It slipped past me on the last meeting because we went to a fire during the middle of our last meeting with them. And, so, I'll get, that's top of the list on mine next with them. The updated AVL and reports for, it's just not iPads, it's the, not QuickBooks,
Surface Pros.
yeah, Surface Pros, where you'll be able to finish the whole report. You should be able to do most, not all, if not all the report on that, instead of coming back to a fixed computer or laptop. Any more questions? All right, training. Training Officer Honeycutt put out some stuff of, basically we did have a, daytime EMR, or daytime EMT refresher, started back first of the month. We got a nighttime one coming up. Give my dates. It'll be starting in the evening on the 17th. This went out on, I know it went out on Messenger, or Responder app Messenger. And I think this was sent out, went to the email by all. It's an evening EMT refresher, starts 17th, and there'll be one Saturday also involved.
February.
Yes. And most of the people who are up this March and haven't already completed their research hours and time are in this class. So, if you know of anybody that might have got missed out, let me know. There's still room. Fire Academy is putting out a bunch of online classes, and it's one of the hazmat ops classes and maybe awareness. I'll get that info out. I just saw that briefly today that that's going to be classes that'll be out on their Blackboard site where you can do online training. So I'll have more on that. I'll put out to all the chiefs and the training officers. For special rescue, there's a high angle class coming up, 4/17 through the 19th, and this is everything has to be in by March 17th for personnel who want to take that.
You said 4/17 through 4/19,
Yep,
and due by when?
3/17. Incident safety officer class is coming out. That's another one they're going to be able to do, possibly do online. They're looking at doing online training for it. Prerequisite for incident safety officers have IS 100 and 200. ICS 300 and 400 class, being taught 5/19 and 5/20 and 5/26 and 5/27. And that's all the requirements. You have to have all the NIMS courses beforehand. 100, 200, 700, 800. And it's in the old SOG and it's in the new SOG. Chief officers for rescue squads are supposed to have at least 300 and 400. So I'll make sure that's out there. There's a leadership and supervision class coming up in June. All you needed for that is ICS 100 and 200. And then if anybody wants interested, there's a fire and life safety educators course, good for making school visits, and this, you can do glad as a rescue squad also at 6:15 to 6:19.
There is the new incident safety officer course that is online now, I believe.
Is that the one, it's for
Yes.
sure online? Okay.
Yes. I believe, I'm pretty sure it is online now, so there's an online platform for that. So,
Is that the same one you were just talking
Yeah.
about?
They're, like I'm saying, they're looking at getting a lot of these courses that do not need face-to-face instruction. Or they can do it via online instructors.
Is it,
On that.
is it the FEMA ISO, or is it gonna just be Fire Academy ISO?
whatever ones, I think it's the firefighter, the fire one.
Yep, anybody having issues with Fire Portal, give me their information so I can get them a password to get on it for rescue members.
Is 300 or 400 online now, or not?
Not yet. I see it moving, but you still would have to have probably a test out date somewhere due to skills.
Yeah. There's a pretty good significant skill set in that one.
Yeah. And we're doing, I know there was online email talk about possibly a VFIS class for drivers, maybe April when the weather starts getting good and not to worry about icy parking lots and everything else. So that's still in the works right now. The instructors, Tom Sabalski, who's the chairman for the Rescue Chiefs Association, put that out to all the chiefs. Hey, who we got? Who do you have that needs this class so they can get it started and going? So that's a good thing.
And the VFIS class that's gonna be done, is it gonna be like a basic,
It'll
large,
be your basic emergency vehicle driver responder, yes.
so like a large vehicle, not the equivalent of EBDT?
No,
It's a possibility too that, I mean, you took the class. You know, David, myself, there's several of us that are instructors with BFIS. We can maybe do a joint effort on
So
that
I
class.
called
even.
Tom prior to the meeting, I haven't got a phone call back. That was something I was gonna suggest, is since it is our first time doing it, to have all the instructors that were there. Me, you, Tom, Edward, David, and Ben.
And Ben,
If we could all, as a joint instructors, teach that class, just since it's all our first time, but I haven't heard back from Tom yet. I don't see why that would be an issue, but that's something I want.
that might be a good thing.
Yes, that's,
I might be able to speak for Tom.
yeah, what you got?
Yeah, he's definitely counting on just based on the number of cones and the intricacy of doing it jointly, and would be glad to support that.
Okay, great.
I think we have enough calls.
Oh,
If
yeah.
not, we can try to get them or pre-stage them way ahead of time.
Okay.
And I wanna back up, I missed it, an EBDT class that starts March the 2nd. But the cutoff date to get your stuff in was, the 2nd of February. So most people, I think, have already, this has been out for a month or two already, this schedule. Anybody have any questions?
Do you have an initial EMR date planned for the fall or for the spring, I mean?
For the spring, we've already had one. I'm doing a daytime now, and we'll probably do another one at some point in time. We're trying to get all these EMTs that are up for recerted.
Yeah, before the
Yeah.
deadline drops.
Yeah.
The list that you have, how is that information dispersed? Is it directly to the chiefs of each rescue squad?
I
Chiefs
think
and
it's
training
most
officers, ain't
chiefs
it?
and training officers got this.
We don't necessarily have a training officer on
Okay.
Rescue 7 and 8, so,
It is usually hanging on the board in our office as you go
Okay.
down the hallway.
Can I
Maybe I
make a
can-
suggestion that Honey kinda adds all the commission members in his email chain?
yeah, that would
There
be,
used to be a QR code,
Yeah.
like a Google Calendar.
oh, really?
You can make copies of it. I'll get it to you next, or
Yeah.
2 weeks.
It'd be nice, like, 'cause, for me to be added as the secretary on 7 and 8, I can disperse that to the members. Just 'cause I know that we have some people that want the vehicle classes, so.
I'll get it. Yeah, I'll get you that print off.
Sorry, I'm making notes. And then, our, EMT, EMR, CP schedule. One coming up in February on the 24th and 25th is an autism awareness briefing. course. That's very informational, and that'll be at 9 o'clock on the 24th, and on the 25th, an evening class at 1800 at headquarters. That's it on training, unless anybody has anything. All right, vehicles. The Salem truck was dropped back off at the beginning of the week at Motor Pool for the electrical issues that were outlined, and everything was passed on to the Motor Pool staff by Casey. So I'm following up, checking on how that goes. So, knock on wood, hopefully those issues will get, the electrical issues from installed lights will be handled by Motor Pool, and then we'll get the Ford issues taken care of that they've noted, which was decrease in acceleration. I think it's some programming stuff they gotta look at. So, the Oakway truck, pickup truck was just picked up from Diamond T. It was lettered. I got it, same day we picked it up, I got a phone call from the Linux group, and the shell's in for it and the rest of the equipment. So I'm taking it down there on the 20th to get everything installed in Greenwood. And they can continue to give us the best pricing on anything we buy, so. And do it very, I haven't heard of anybody having any issues with their toppers or pullouts or anything they've done. So, if you start seeing a problem, let me know, because it's hard to find. We wanna make sure we're not having to take stuff back to vendors and get this stuff fixed. Once it comes back from that, I don't have a firm date on the light install, but it shouldn't be a lot, because we're keeping the factory installed console in this. So, not look back at the other issues we had, the other ones where we taken consoles out, and it's had all kind of warning lights pop up because of seatbelt sensors and everything else in the world. So this is getting a remote radio head, a remote emergency light, everything will be with the dash. If you have seen the Rescue 1 Tahoe, it'll have basically the same setup. The lights will be like most of the rest of the pickup trucks have. And that's all I have, unless y'all have any questions.
Any more questions for Mr. Carroll?
I heard that through the grapevine that the county might be thinking about going back to active. Was that wrong?
That the county may be going back to active.
Instead of responder?
We still have active,
I know,
but
okay.
Most everybody had bought it or who wanted it got it again.
It was much smoother when county had it than individuals having it. It was much smoother to maneuver.
Right, well, the original plan was for, if you wanted it, you just paid for it.
Right.
And then the accounts would just be reactivated, but that did happen with some rescue squads. They chose to buy their own, and when the contract happened, even though we're all active, let's say I send out an active from my desk, only people who are connected to the active under us would get it. Now, for some of the stuff, it's important, really important stuff, I can have dispatch send out a general alert like they do for the wild control burns and stuff like that, and I did that recently, then everybody seemed to have gotten it for, requesting, everybody getting me names for the dinner and some other stuff, so.
When the subscriptions expire, will we have an option of paying the county for it instead of staying direct with active?
That's always been available.
Okay.
I mean, as questions is brought to me, I mean, everybody, I have both. And I have yet to miss a call on responder coming to my phone. The only time I have was when I'm on a county Wi-Fi system, and that does not like, the county Wi-Fi system does not like that system, and it won't allow you to get the call. You'll see a new call pop up, but as soon as you go to look at it, if you're on the county Wi-Fi, it blocks you, and then you have to go off Wi-Fi to get to it. But I have all the rescue squads, and some of the fire departments who was having issues just to see if it was locational. I had it on my phone, and I haven't missed anyone's calls. And some people say it's depending upon, where your phone is, how you got your settings, it does. And if you don't have service on the responder app, if you lose, connection, and we do in this county, you could go from 20 feet away and have 4 bars and walk back to where you were and have 0. So if it loses that, the responder app tries to send you twice to you, and after that it quits. Because we can go back and look and say, because everybody's phone is in their system, they can say, yeah, they got it at this time, or it attempted to go here at this time. So it's there, people like it, some people don't like it. Active, it's been there, it's what we use for how long, I'm not even sure. But they both have their own. We went with the responder app because we wouldn't have to pay duplicate on the I think the last bill was gonna be $6,900 for everybody who was active on the county. So that was all that cost was enrolled, or taken away and try to save some money toward the reporting system. So if everybody, like I said, we got a board who can sit and talk about these things and what works best for everybody. But at the time, it was one of those where it works, everybody uses it, there's no issues. We talked to the people that had used that system, and they all seemed to enjoy it. But we found out on the backside that there were some issues, which they rewrote the program so that, and it was based on it's based on your fire FDID. And all the rescue squads have 37501. So we had to go in there and write sub-directories for each one, so it would say, okay, it went to 37501, oh wait, it was this rescue squad, which is R22, that gets toned to that call, or gets alerted, and do the same. And build all that tree out in the CAD, which the company did pay for. We had to go to Central Square and get all that hashed out on everybody again. So it's there, it's paid for now. If, like I said, everybody here looks at it as a board, then we look at it and go back in and say, okay, well, this is how much it cost. Where can we get this in the budget as a line item?
I got a question. People that respond in the active app, in the report, whoever's doing the report, in the responder app, when they're doing that, and they're taking the information from the active app, is there any data change? In other words, if you respond on the responder app, whether you click responding to scene, on scene, whatever, in the beginning, but if you don't and you're added in the report, is there any data difference of what you're capturing? In other words, if I let Salem people know I'm responding on the active app, I see that first and say to scene, and I don't hit the responder app to scene. Is it capturing, in other words, when they add me or add an individual to the report later, is it the same info it ends up in there? Or by when you respond on that app, you're capturing more data in the beginning?
It captures that you're going to the call. 100%, I'm not sure if it captures, if it's grabbing like the time you went in, right? You hit the button, click to scene. Now, did you, like I said, you're in case, coming off your side of the hill, did you have good coverage? Did it say I'm responding, and you clicked it and said, yeah. I've known before where I've hit it, and I thought I hit it.
Didn't do it.
It didn't do it. But, so we gotta look at that. The same thing with Active. Active has that same capability. You can hit responding to the scene or unavailable or whatever.
Right.
So both of them have the capability.
Well, let's say if you don't use either one, you show up on scene and they put you on the report. I'm saying, is there an advantage by clicking to scene on that? Is it capturing data that you wouldn't normally get? Other than people looking at it and saying, oh, I got these people going to this call.
It allows
time.
It allows you to see, if I'm the person going to the call, it allows me to see
Right.
who's coming. And it comes and that comes in handy. And I can tell you,
Oh, it
on
does.
most rescue on rescue and fire, it does. However, on a special rescue or a dive call, you know exactly, okay, well, I got 2 divers coming, or I don't wanna speak out of turn, but not everybody has a radio, right? On dive, everybody has a radio on dive and special rescue?
Yes, they do.
If they're, blessed off, yeah.
Okay, so unless they go on the air, you can still see, and I mean, they may be coming from a little bit farther away, that you know that these responders are coming to that scene, and you got enough people to do a search party or do a dive operation.
And we always push for people to answer the call that way on the responder app. But what I'm saying, if, let's say you didn't, and you just showed up on the call, and they add you to the report,
That's fine.
that's what I was
Yeah,
asking.
you
No,
can-
is
it's
there
fine.
any data difference
No.
from pushing that button or just getting
No.
added to the report at the end, you know?
No.
Okay,
I mean, you're documented on the call.
okay. That's all I got.
Any more questions for Mr. Carroll?
I know I keep on going backwards, but here I go. Just got a text from Honeycutt, the 300 and 400 virtual, or I'm sorry, online is posted. So,
300 and 400 are gonna be online?
yes,
Is there any skills there for that?
not yet. But it is online.
And is online for those dates that were listed,
Yes,
the May dates?
yes. 2153, which is, I believe, 300. I believe, hold on. Yep, 2153 is on May 19th through 20th. And 2154 is some point after that. So once I get the date,
What's the other one?
26 and 27.
26 and 27.
That all you got?
yes, I'm sorry.
Well, that's, I mean, that, okay. That's a Monday, Tuesday, or I'm sorry, Tuesday, Wednesday.
And it might be a virtual thing that they do, like it's a camera recording or whatever, but
New one on me. I apologize, I didn't think I was there yet.
it legitimately, I think, just got posted, like in the last day or so.
That's good.
Any more questions or discussions for Mr. Carroll? Hearing none, we will move on. Scott Crown's report, are you reporting for him tonight? Is there anything?
I reported it the last day is the 19th.
Okay. If you're reporting that, can I then request that when the interim director is announced, you will let the commission and rescue chiefs know?
Sure will.
Okay.
Or the structure that it may be.
Yes. Hearing no more discussion, we'll go on to rescue squad updates. Region 1, Commissioner Scheer.
We had our meeting just last Tuesday. Had Aaron Smith come out from county and did a fine job with radiation training. It's appreciated by us. We also offered it to Rescue 3. If they had anybody that needed to come or hadn't had it in a while. And unfortunately, they weren't able to send anybody. During our meeting, we had some discussion on a business meeting about some financial changes taking place. with the way that quarterly checks are coming out. Wanted to see if maybe next month we could add that to our agenda and have some discussion. Sounds like there's a change in the way that squads are being reimbursed, and I'm not so sure if it's a success, the way that it's gonna work out for us. Not opposed to any oversight or any of those other things, but
That,
I think there's some discussion.
that would probably be part of your finance committee.
Budget and Finance Committee.
Budget and finance committee, and then take that to,
And I also understand there's changes going on at the county level, so, just things, so.
I think didn't the county council vote to reimburse after the fact, after money was spent? Is that what you're talking about?
That's all with the ordinance,
Right.
Okay,
and that was all sent out to the chiefs.
okay. That's it for me then.
And we're talking about going monthly instead of quarterly or something with that also, with expense reports. I'm not sure, but we'll go to that committee, I think, whatever questions and concerns. come
Yeah,
up.
if we, I don't know, we'll have to come up with a date of when we're gonna meet, and then we can bring that up then.
That's it for me.
Okay, no more discussion, we'll move on to Region 2, Commissioner Jetman.
I've actually got nothing for 2 and 6 since their last meeting. Everything's status quo. I haven't heard from Rescue 6 this week, so I'm sure, you know, it's been quiet up that way, I hope, other than the forestry with some control burns. That's all I've got.
All right, Region 3, Commissioner Zahn.
Rescue 5 has just had, I think, 4 new members apply last week. One of them being a paramedic. And Rescue 4, did we get any new members?
Not this month.
No. Rescue 4, we're just working on training and trying to recover our calls.
All right, any questions for Commissioner Zahn? Hearing none, we'll move on to Region 4, Commissioner Sobalski by phone, do you have a report?
I just have some squad members who are potentially interested in joining committees, and I just need the committee POCs to connect them. That's it. Thank you.
Okay. Any questions? Hearing none, we'll move on to Region 5, Commissioner Albin.
So, Rescue 7 and 8 have not met in the last 2 weeks, so I don't really have an update for us this month.
Is that just because how our meetings lined up? No, that's what I thought.
Yeah, we
Okay.
had one, our January meeting was canceled due to inclement weather,
Yep.
and then we haven't had our February meeting yet,
Okay.
so.
Cool. Hearing no more, we'll move on to Rescue Squad Chiefs Commissioners. I'll go first. Rescue Chiefs approved their bylaws. In doing so, our second appointee is here tonight, Mr. Zach Smith. If anyone wants a copy of the Rescue Chief Association bylaws, let me know. I can get those out to anybody. Tom Sobalski is the chair and Kayla Collins is the vice chair. That's all I have for that. Zach, you got anything to add?
Just know that during the storm, I got backed up on IDs. So I have plenty of IDs that I have to print out, and once, I will have them to y'all by your meetings. I'll be working on those for the next couple of days.
Do we need to re-forward you emails we've sent you, or just?
Most likely, yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep. Alright, hearing no more for either of us, there is nothing on the agenda for an executive session, so we'll move on. If there's no other action we need to do tonight, next item is adjourn. I will just need a motion.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Motion by Steve, is there a second by Amber, all in favor, aye?